3.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
One, jump, you silly bugger.
Last week we learned that the Nissan GTR was the fastest in a straight line. And that the Corvette Z06 was best everywhere else. This week we turn the cars over to pro driver Randy Popst on Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca to help us determine the 2011 Motor Trend Best Driver's Car.
Here we are in my natural habitat, which is Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Northern California. Now, do you remember I mentioned that we needed the services of a professional driver? Well, I'd like to welcome him, Randy Popst. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Justin. Glad to be here.
Hey Randy, good to see you.
Well, I'd like to boast a little bit about Randy. He has won almost 100 races, a 2-times winner of the Daytona 24 Hours, and a 10 times championship winner, which is pretty impressive.
But much more importantly, he is a 2-time veteran of Motor Trend's Best Driver's Car, so he's kind of uniquely qualified to do this.
So Randy, what do you look for in a road car to make it a best driver's car?
For me, I want to know when I enter the corner and turn the wheel, what's going to happen. Predictability. Mazda Raceway has got corners from the tight hairpin behind us, turn 11, to the flat out turn 1 kink that we're going to do probably in excess of 120 miles an hour. And the ups and the downs, the compression, the bumps in the corners, they exercise the chassis just like the corners in the real world will, like Pacific Coast Highway.
What do you look for in a road car when you transition to a racetrack? What are you looking for?
Same kind of things, because the same things that make a car the best driver's car make me faster on the racetrack, especially predictability. I want to know what's going to happen when I enter a corner.
Okay, Justin, you've got me here at the bottom of turn 1, and I've seen 100 races on this track, but I gotta tell you, in person, I mean, the elevation, it's massive.
Yeah, it's a crazy corner, and the reason I brought you down here is because it's our track, it's Motor Trend's track for the day, privately, so we can do what we want.
Right.
And how often do we get the chance, and our viewers, to stand there and watch what a car does dynamically through a corner?
Never.
And the purpose of it is, take this for example, braking downhill very fast, maybe 150 miles an hour in some cars. You're braking, you're getting to the end of your braking zone, you've got to downshift, you've got to come off the brakes, make a corner. Really a tremendous amount to ask from a chassis. So for our test cars today, this is one of the most difficult corners on the track. So what Randy's going to do, he's going to be talking us through what he expects from the car, from the corner, and what he's going to be looking for. So cool. Let's check it out.
The straightaway at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca actually crests a hill and corners. The 500 horsepower cars get light there, making it difficult to straighten out for a heavy braking zone, and then down into turn 2, still downhill, the car wanting to rotate, leaning heavily on the outside tires, and then it's all about traction, power, and acceleration off the corner on the way to turn 3.
All right, now we're at turn 6. So what does this corner teach us?
Well, you know, it's actually a long uphill stretch here, connected by this very fast left-hander. Now, as you turn in, it's so fast, as I think you'll see when Randy comes up here, the car really moves around, hooks up as it goes up the hill. Check it out.
Climbing the hill out of turn 5. We're heading straight at the sky again. There's a yump here right at the entry that tries to upset our cars every time, then a compression that just loads it so hard, and then we just hang on full power, climbing the hill to the corkscrew flat out. A real test of horsepower and torque. A great corner.
Every racetrack has its signature corner, and here at Laguna Seca, it's the corkscrew.
Yeah, it's a unique corner. I mean, you come over here, braking over this brow, then you turn into this left blind corner. The car is completely unweighted. The right front wheel picks up, and then you've got to get the power down as you're completely unweighted. I mean, it's really tough to do. But here comes Randy now.
Up the steep hill out of turn 6, we approach the corkscrew looking straight at the deep blue sky. Over the top, a hard braking zone, falls into a really tight left, then leaping over the crest, accelerating hard down the hill, trying to get all the power down that you can.
What do you think of these cars that we've gathered here for you to drive?
It's like waking up in car guy heaven.
Anything in particular that kind of grabs your fancy?
Well, for one, the super exotics that we haven't seen yet or that are rare, the Lexus LFA, the Audi R8 GT. I love the Mustangs, and I hear the Boss 302 is better than ever. We've got the Porsches and Corvette that are kind of standards, but better than ever. Really, I want to taste that Ferrari 458.
Well, to do that, you're going to need this. So here you go.
Really puts the power down well. This thing rocks. Absolutely Ferrari. Sure makes the race car noises. A little reluctant to turn. The upside of that is, gives it good stability in those high-speed corners. Oh yeah. Torque. Good broad power band. This car is amazingly good. Too much understeer. I'm surprised by that, really. I wouldn't have thought so. Great traction. Really makes it seem kind of easy, to tell you the truth. Nothing has the steering response of a Lotus. Let's get aggressive here. Little loose on entry. Such a fine piece of machinery. Steering is fabulous. The grip is so incredible. Oh yeah. That's what you call brakes, kids. I feel like I'm going fast. Corkscrew is a no-brainer with all that traction. All-wheel drive, I'm a believer when you're talking 500 horsepower, kids. Wild ride over the corkscrew. The car is very balanced on the way in. Okay, it's a little loose. I just feel like I can do anything with this car. Cayman may well be the best handling car I've ever driven.
Here's how fast Randy lapped each contender. BMW 1 Series M Coupe, 143.3. Lotus Evora S, 142.5. Porsche Cayman R, 141.6. Ford Mustang Boss 302 Laguna Seca, 141.1. Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Gullwing, 138.8. Porsche GT3 RS, 136.8. Lexus LFA, 136.4. Audi R8 GT, 136.4. Nissan GTR, 136.4. Ferrari 458 Italia, 136.2. Chevrolet Z06 Z07, 134.4. So you just drove 11 of the best cars in the world on one of the best racetracks in the world. How was it?
I did the math. Over 5,000 horsepower, Johnny. Digging it out of turn 11, leaping off the corkscrew with everything mid-engine, front mid-engine, rear engine, front engine, rear drive the way God intended. It was a great, great day.
Good.
I wish it wasn't over.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it is for someone because, like all good TV competitions, of course, someone has to be eliminated. It doesn't matter how rich the field. So, do you have any idea? You've got to drop some competitors. Who are they going to be?
I like the feeling of power you've given me.
Yeah, you're God right now.
But it's kind of sad because they're great cars. But right away, I'm going to go with the BMW 1M. It's a sweet little car, but it does not satisfy my driver instincts. One, because of its slow steering response and understeer into a corner, really illustrated in turn 2 here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Number 2, from there it goes into a tendency to want to snap oversteer. Kind of fun, but not the balance that you find in the finest driving cars. 2, I would have to say the Lotus, which is a shame because I love Lotuses, but it's the exact opposite.
I have to take this off now, by the way.
But it's like the opposite of the BMW 1M. It's really turns too much. It's a dicey car into a corner. You go to the power, then it wants to start understeering. Doesn't have balance all the way through the corner like some of these others do. Number 3, and that was a tough one too because there's so many good cars, but I'm gonna have to say that I'd like to cut the Mercedes SLS AMG because guess what? That car is a brutally fast, grand touring car, big, good thing for crossing the continent, but not the right choice for carving a canyon road, which is what I think a driver's car is really all about.
Any others?
It's beyond me to do it all on my own. It's going to take a team effort. I'm going to leave it in your capable hands because it's a tough choice.
On next week's episode of the Downshift, Justin and I finally get to drive the contenders around Laguna Seca.
Faster, harder, words I've never heard before.
Before heading into the canyons and choosing the 2011 Motor Trend Best Driver's Car.